Well bowled. I, after you've bowled Australia out, I'm sure everybody's feeling pretty good. What are your thoughts on the team's position at the moment?
Yeah, 212, you take that. We thought probably 160 is what we should have had them at, but that's just the way the game goes. Yeah, right now, 40 for 4. Not the start we're looking for, but there's still a lot of cricket to be played in this test match, so just going to keep going for it.
KG, it's been an eventful couple of months in the life of KG Rabada. When you went into this match, was there any kind of, I mean, you're a professional and you do things as best you can, but was there any kind of motivation to deliver the kind of statement performance that you did today?
Yeah, obviously, it wasn't my best moment, as I've alluded to. Now, life moves on. I think every game that I play for South Africa, I try to do my best. So I didn't try to give any more or any less effort than I usually do in all the games that I play for South Africa. So that's all I tried to do today.
KG, it seemed as though the ball was doing a lot, in the morning, and then even now when Australia were bowling. Can you just talk a little bit about your assessment of what was happening in those conditions, and also how you saw Australia's bowlers using the conditions?
I think the ball was nipping quite a bit, and at times moving off the slope, quite a lot. But I still felt like batters could get in. If you just bowled well and got more balls in the right area for a long period of time, then that's when you could create chances. But again, with this ball getting older, hopefully we can score some runs as it gets older.
Hey KG, what did Stuart Broad kind of add, I suppose, to what you and the guys did today with the ball?
Stuart, yeah, I guess he just gave us a few pointers, perhaps on certain field placings and, just in general the conditions and cloud cover and wind and all of that. So those will be key pocket rockets moving forward.
KG, the 5 wickets aside, hi. Just going past someone like, sorry, what happened to me? Alan Donald. You're still just 30. You still have a lot of Test cricket ahead of you. Do you think about those things, where you fit into the scheme of things of the best fast bowler South Africa ever produced, or are you still just head down, focused on the next day?
Yeah, I mean, geez, sometimes I've asked myself if I'm giving you guys enough, because you want to write, a very interesting piece. But I mean, it's honestly very simple. I sound like a stuck record, because all that you do is try to improve and win games for South Africa. I guess to be named in that list, of bowlers is special. As a player, growing up and representing South Africa, I've been inspired by those who've come before and seen, what they've done on the big stage. And as a kid, I was inspired, to want to do the same thing. So I guess to be listed in that list of names is something special, and yeah, long may it continue.
KG, you mentioned before it should have felt like it should have been 160 you bowled them out for. How much of that is contributed to the Webster non-decision to appeal, and then what was your assessment of that in the initial stages?
Yeah, Corbin Bosch came down to fine leg and he says it was out, and I was like, oh man. Yeah, it was a bit annoying. He didn't start off too well there. Looked like he was going to get out any ball, but I guess his positive intent, got him through. Cricket's a funny game. That's just how it goes sometimes. So that's the way the cookie crumbled.
KG, we saw the batters absorb a lot of pressure. They 8 runs in 72 balls in one partnership. But we've seen this team counter-attack before. Was it a deliberate attempt to just absorb, or was it because Australia were just bowling that well that nobody could get away?
I guess so. As you've seen is what would have transpired, but they didn't miss their lengths and they bowled really well. So we're going to have to combat that tomorrow.
Going to take the last couple of questions.
KG, you your 5 wickets means you joined the honours board today, and it's the second time, obviously. Just what does that mean?
It's actually pretty cool to have it in the home change room now. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
KG, Lungi didn't have quite as good a day as you did. Do you go and put an arm around his shoulders and have a chat with him, and what would you say if that opportunity came?
Just tell him to have a good night's sleep, have a nice steak, and a nice milkshake, watch a movie, and come back tomorrow.
KG, just in terms of the day as a whole, I mean, the emotions are quite up and down, and I'm just wondering, when you're actually in the thick of it, like, how do you manage that, and what does it feel like to think, okay, we're on top, okay, this is happening, that's happening, that sort of thing?
Please repeat that, sorry.
Sorry, I was just, in terms of managing your emotions on a day where you get on top and then things go a bit badly, how do you manage that, and what does it feel like?
Yeah, I mean, being an athlete, it's all about managing that. As in Test cricket, there's always nerves. So I guess dealing with it, I guess, is just understanding what's the bottom line. And the bottom line is, if you're a bowler, try bowl good line in length. And as a batter, I guess it's about keeping the good ball out and scoring off it, or scoring off balls that are not quite there. Missed executions from the bowler. That's the bottom line. So everything else is just noise. Everything else is just it creates the package of cricket and of sports, because you got you guys, the journos, you guys write about everything. You got the fans, you've got the entertainment around the game, but the bottom line is cricket.
KG, maybe an odd question, but have you ever considered what makes you so good, what makes you so successful? Like, in terms of the traits, obviously you've got the fire and you've got a great attitude, and as Steve said, you're constantly at the batter with energy, but like actual traits, have you ever considered like what makes you stand out?
Lots been making me stand out of recent times. I don't know. You tell me, man. I don't know. I think my attributes, pace, bounce, and movement, and doing that consistently.